Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We're just going to random and play as whoever the heck we want here. And we're going to be playing as Isaac. How interesting. Starting on Cellar 1. This could be a very interesting start, actually. TBYZ. Tuberculosis, yellow zebra. 6 felines. 7 niner. That doesn't really make any sense. I'm thinking we go curse room first, hope that there's an item. There's not. There's a bunch of spiders. You can get a consumable at the end here. You can see, or you can hear in the background maybe some really cool dude street racing. Sometimes I look out the window because I'm a fucking 80-year-old. You'd think it would be like a BMW or Mercedes, some kind of sports car, you know, a souped up, you know, Nissan Skyline GTR. It's always like a fucking Plymouth Voyager. It's in bed like a, you know, a mom van. But it's like the 16-year-old son driving it for the first time, and he's like, check out what I can do. Oh, that blew the transmission out. Dad, can you pay for it? Wow, this is an interesting, that's me projecting, by the way. I don't know if that actually happens. I know that it's a Plymouth Voyager because I see it all the time. I'm not implying, inferring it's a Plymouth Voyager. If you don't know what a Plymouth Voyager is, pretty much the sexiest minivan ever committed to, well, largely metal, I guess. Steel. It's a very interesting kind of room that we've got over there. You thought I was talking about the Plymouth Voyager. There's nothing interesting about the Plymouth Voyager that I can think of. But I'm not really on the spot right now. What was I going to say? Oh, it's a kind of an interesting layout. You know, there's 3 things surrounded by rocks that we can't get to unless we actually manage to gain the ability to fly on this floor, which is super unlikely. But I don't really want them. Like, I might want to open the golden chest, but we're a little low on keys, so that's kind of like a secondary priority right now. And then, well, there's one. But then the item is magic fingers, which I just don't give a shit about. If we gain the ability to fly here, it wouldn't have been so bad, because then I could re-roll magic fingers, and maybe it'll become something ridiculous like Polyphemus, and then this run could be like the kind of story we'd tell our grandkids about someday, but that's definitely not necessary as of this point. Anyway, Sagittarius from our first item room is an incredibly good get. It's like, I used to be talking about things like Poison Touch in the late game. Like in vanilla, I'd be like, okay, we got permanent Polaroid invincibility, now give me Poison Touch so we can do a lot of damage to enemies when we run into them while we're invincible. Now I'm always asking for penetrative tiers in the late game. I usually have like some kind of high rate of fire or good damage, but I need a better killing potential, and that allows that to happen for the most part. I'm taking a cube of meat. I don't know if you can actually reroll cube of meat into non-cube of meat. I think it's totally justifiable to take a cube of meat or 2 on a run. You know, is a familiar plus... Ooh. Is a familiar plus orbital really worth 2 boss rooms? No. But it's not so bad. We got My Little Unicorn. Seems very well associated with the blood bank. Even when you re-roll the IV bag into something, sometimes it'll become that. Anyway, we're going to be, I mean, hopefully able to re-roll that again. Since we already have a Spirit Heart, we could always use our kind of money fund right now. That's an okay trinket. We could use our money to go into the shop, buy a charge, re-roll it, and hopefully still, you know, through creative uses of it and timing, get a charge that we can use on our, hopefully, deal with the devil as well. Most important thing is just staying alive on this floor, which is going to be a little bit of a risk. You know, death could happen here. I did put myself pretty low on HP playing that blood bank for, you know, dividends that didn't necessarily pay out. There is a tinted rock there. Of course, it doesn't matter. People will yell at me for missing that tinted rock regardless, but do keep in mind that I don't have any bombs right now, so, you know, you're not wrong. Just being kind of a jerk about it. Now we can actually do something about it. We will come back here and pop this down. Excellent. Alright, this is awesome. The extra Spirit Hearts combined with the fact that we're on the basement make it very, very likely that we're going to be coming out of this one with a deal with the devil. And that's going to be our boss fight right away. Still, actually, the proper way to handle this at this point is probably just to actually go for the fight and then buy a charge to use on Unicorn Horn after we re-roll a deal with the devil. If we want to re-roll a deal with the devil. If we don't want to re-roll the deal with the devil, we might just want to get 2 re-rolls to use on Unicorn Horn and maybe pick up something that really, really improves our run. It was terrible damage on my part, but it was almost worth to have Spirit Heart just to speed it up a little bit there. So we'll take the HP. And, well, we may still end up using it here, but a little bit less reliable. Wow, 2 tiers down, Bills. Not particularly exciting for me. I wonder... Oh, we have 0 bombs, so I'm not going to worry about bombing my way into anything. We've already used and re-rolled IV bags, so we can't use our extra HP on it now. That's alright. Ah, Daddy Longlegs. It's a fantastic item. Very happy to have it. And contributing a little bit to our damage pool, which unfortunately was not doing that amazing after we saw that our deal with the devil was just going to be, well, actually, like, not even not a damage upgrade, but it was tangibly a damage downgrade. That's okay. We're still in a very, very good position to be starting with here. Thank you, DDL. That's Daddy's dong legs. Better than DLD, though, Daddy's long dong. But whatever you're into, you know, within the tangible realms of legality, hey man, none of my business, what do I care? The D10 is just bad. I wish it weren't, I wish it was different, man. But it's not. Well, none of those are going to be secret rooms, so our secret room is very likely to be here instead. Maybe enough money to buy a really good item from our shop. It's still possible. And now it's gone. But I will take Counterfeit Penny. In fact, with Counterfeit Penny, it's technically plausible that just by, like, playing our slot machine, we could end up getting more money back than we put in. It's starting to get increasingly unlikely here, I'd say. Okay, well, speed down. Not loving that, but I will say that we've got 3 bombs now, so with Counterfeit Penny, we might be able to get enough money out of our donation machine to buy an item on this floor, and I would really, really love for it to be PhD, so we could get this into a tiers upgrade. Well, there's Compass. Is it worth it? I honestly don't really think so. I think I'm better off just picking up the charge and then using that charge to re-roll the D10. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. It's an item that not a lot of people like. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's an item that a lot of people don't like. Sounds similar, but is, you know, meaningfully different. Our shot speed and our tiers, stat-wise, are going to be a lot lower. But I like this because our tiers are going to do even more damage, double the damage that they were previously doing, and they're going to penetrate. Now, without very much range, Curse of the Unknown should still be fine here. Without very much range, that's not going to be that useful, but if we can just stack up some range on it, then it's amazing. Or if we can get very close to enemies, or the enemies get very close to one another. We lost a whole Spirit Heart on that room. That's not good. Poor play. And even with our high damage, it's still taking me longer than I would like to get through some of these enemies. The rate of fire is just piss poor. A lot of people are, I wouldn't say violently, but very open about the fact that they think Eve's Mascara is a bad item. I'm of the opposite opinion, honestly. I can understand it either way, but I do think it's a worthwhile item. Because it's better to have, in my opinion, like discrete damage as opposed to continuous damage. I think. My thinking being, you know, discrete damage that is like, assuming it's higher damage. It's better to have because there's some enemies that are invulnerable during certain periods of time. Wow, explosive diarrhea, huh? It's not a bad one. In fact, we ended up getting an extra Spirit Heart and an I Can See Forever pill out of it, which is kind of surprising, but it's not really what I was looking for, but it's what we got, and it wasn't actually that bad. And we're going to be in perfect order here in order to get a reroll just prior to what I hope is a deal with the devil. Certain bosses also get completely fucked by discrete damage. Like Mask of Infamy. If you can hit Mask of Infamy with the discrete damage, that does more damage. I mean, if you have continuous damage, you'd rather, yes, consistently be doing that damage with, like, technology than with Eve's Mascara, but I didn't mean to put a bomb down there, just to kind of slippery fingers. Deal with the Angel. Well, we'll take the HP, and we'll do the weird thing. Not the wild thing, that's something totally different. She wants lobster? Huh, I'm thinking Burger King. It's a little bit more of a... People are asking me to quote different rap songs, not just Ain't Nothing But a G-Thing, baby. So that's, again, another one from I Ain't the One by Iced Cube. You know, I may not necessarily agree with the message with the song, but you have to admire his commitment to the vision. And we're going to re-roll that, and it became the Rosary, which means we're probably at the HP cap or above it right now. And we're also going to have to deal with the Bible, but dealing with the Bible is not so bad when you have... well, we might as well check this out. When you have D6. So I'm going to totally sacrifice the Spirit Heart to open this up. Honestly, I think that was very much worth it. As weird as that sounds, we can now totally buy a starter deck, which I think is a very good item to have. All pills, which have been kind of terrible for me, will now become tarot cards. Or runes, which is even better. I will buy a starter deck whenever possible. That was a really good use of a Spirit Heart, and actually there is a replenishment right there, and it also gave us our bomb back. Alright, I'm happy with that play. I haven't been happy with all my plays on this run so far, but I'm happy with that one. Let's see what we've got in our secret room. I wouldn't mind... that's probably not going to do it. But I wouldn't mind being able to reroll Remote Detonator into something else. I wouldn't mind picking up Remote Detonator for 15 cents, then rerolling into something else. We'll see if that's likely. We'll probably open that because we can. If we have to use our devil card, so be it. Awesome. Rubber Cement, if I'd known that this was showing up, I probably would have thought twice about taking Eve's Mascara, but... oh, man, that's so good. We'll just be hoping for, like, high range... They kind of home in a little bit there with Rubber Cement. That was weird. We'll be hoping for a high range, high rate of fire items to show up. And if we get them, then Rubber Cement is awesome. And Rubber Cement Penetrative Tears, I think, is a cool synergy as well. I think it's actually the only item in the game, except for maybe like a, you know, Brimstone or something like that, that allows you to hit one enemy with the same tier twice. Normally, every bullet can only hit an enemy once, which is why, like, you know, Tiny Planet looks amazing, but the same bullet, as far as I know, this is what I was told in the subreddit by an authority anyway, they can only hit every enemy once, but something with Rubber Cement and or like Penetrative Tears changes that, thereby making it actually like kind of a more viable item. I think it only resets after they touch a wall though. Sorry, after the tier touches a wall, which is why we would need the range. Ideally with a little bit of a faster shot speed as well, or just doing more damage per hit would be fine by me. There's the Bible, so we can get rid of it right away. Two of Clubs, the Devil. Is that 2 devil cards? It is 2 devil cards. Well, let's put 1 bomb down, then 2 of Clubs up. Pick up a little extra money in the process. Enough to buy something and still be able to get a blood bank on the next floor. Yeah, this run's shaping up real nice. Would be a bit of peace of mind for me if I could actually pick up, you know, some deals with the devil, maybe. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Double devil card is really good from a damage dealing perspective, and I don't see anything stopping us in the next few floors, so really at that point it all just becomes about whether or not we're going to make it through the late game, which remains to be seen. Taking a little while here, let's be honest. It's okay. The shots just kind of seem to be bouncing off, but if you just give it a little time, they'll whittle it down. There we go. And we started at like 22 cents there. We picked up 18 total, so that's not too bad. There's no more rooms to fight. That's so annoying. So we'll buy Remote Detonator for the extra bombs. Yes, we could have done something better here with 2 of Clubs, but it's not necessary. Boomerang. Man, really? That's a disappointment. We still have enough money, but still. That's a disappointment. Oh, never mind. We got 2 of Clubs right there. We still could have done something better with 2 of Clubs. We could have had like 16 right now, but whatever. I can't be too mad about the situation. Hopefully no curses on this floor, and if there are curses, hopefully we get a black candle on this floor. Curse of the Maze. That's alright. Now, mostly, I will be playing the blood bank here for cash, but also, I was actually going to say, you're going to think I'm making this up, if it pays out with the blood bag, I'm thinking we should probably use it as a reroll pedestal. You know, who are we trying to impress? We don't need HP at this point. If we can pay for more charges, or we can get some items that'll give us more charges, why wouldn't we? Fistula, kind of a pain in the ass to fight with, you know, relatively low damage tiers here. And they are still relatively low damage in spite of Eve's Mascara. I wish it were different, but it isn't. Roses are red, violets are blue. They don't think it'd be like it is, but it do, you know? I didn't make that up. I'll take the credit for it, but I didn't make it up. Okay, don't really want Spirit Heart, so I'm very happy actually that we picked up some tarot cards. We can use 1 heart from that, and we got credit card. Credit card's so good. Either a free shop, the full shop will be free, or an entirely free deal with the devil, which is just ridiculous. Fortunately or unfortunately, we're kind of in a position where an entirely free deal with the devil doesn't really matter, because we have 6 HP and a ton of Spirit Hearts right now, but, you know, there might come a point in the future where that changes, or we might just, you know, be better off getting the items for free anyway. Actually, I could totally see, I don't agree with this, but I could see how you could make the argument that rubber cement plus piercing shots is actually kind of bad. Because our piercing shots aren't piercing and then going straight through, they're kind of ricocheting. So if you're trying to hit like 2 enemies that are in a line, it's going to be difficult to do so. However, if you were, you know, you could accidentally hit 2 enemies that are not in a line with one another, thus creating like a sweet chain reaction. I still think it's good. I'm going to reroll Mr. Boom just because we're already here. I think the, yeah, we'll take it. It's okay. You know, I think you get the same pool when you're rerolling the, inside of the arcade, so I don't think it really matters. I don't really want the stopwatch. So you know what, let's buy the battery in here, and then reroll all this stuff and see what it comes out to. I'll buy the Steam sale. And then if we get enough cash, I would love to actually buy the coin purse out of this as well. I'm going to save credit card for a deal with the devil just because it seems like that's a much more bombastic way to get it done, you know? Yeah, and we should be able to make that happen. Wow! I don't know what to say about that. Well, we should go get another full charge. Shit, maybe we want to get all the stuff in the deal with the devil at cost, and then just pick up the 2 extra HP that we have on this floor to pay for it, and take all the stuff in the shop for free. I don't know, it's a bit of an unusual situation in that regard. But either way, I want to have a reroll ready for a deal with the devil. Because you know, as much as I would love to, it might even be a deal with the angel, but I would like to have a reroll ready for the deal with the angel too. As much as I would love, you know, a holy mantle or something like that, I would really, really love Godhead, Sacred Heart. I don't know what else would actually make me happy, all things considered. There's not that many offensive deal with the devil options. Or sorry, deal with the angel options. There's many offensive deal with the devil options, which is why I would prefer it if it showed up right now. I gotta give a shout out, by the way, to Counterfeit Penny, which is actually pulling more than its fair share here. I get shit talk Counterfeit Penny all the time, to the point where I'm actually like sad when it shows up from a golden poop instead of just the raw money. But that's not because it's bad. It's because you want money out of the golden poop to buy something, whereas Counterfeit Penny is like an investment, right? It might work out better for you long term, but it's boring. I want the money now so I can buy the thing I want right now. That's pretty much how it works, but we didn't have much of a choice on this run, and we picked up Counterfeit Penny early, and it has allowed us to basically buy whatever we want from the shop. I mean, this credit card's going to help as well. We also do now have enough money to buy a charge from the shop. Oh, that I don't even want to talk about that. To buy a charge from the shop, should we want to. I don't know how we're going to handle that. What I do know is that we will have a reroll after this room, and that reroll is going to be in, you know, probably high demand, if I had to guess. Just a little bit of a missed dodge there. Basically, I want to speed this fight up somewhat by using my own orbital offensively. And again, you know, a half Spirit Heart cost to do that. I feel like, for my sanity, that's pretty good. So this is going to raise our tiers but lower our shot speed, which is really going to lower our effective range, but I still think it's worth it. Considering this is only 1 HP, I'm actually just gonna pick it up and, like, use it once, put it back down, re-roll it. Spirit of the Night is, it's basically Spectral Tears at this point, but I'll take it anyway. We got Deal with the Devil precedent. I think we only maybe want the 1 HP, to be honest with you, because we still have the credit card, so we don't have to worry about it. I'd rather have a lot of Spirit Hearts to give us a better Deal with the Devil chance. Do we really want to buy this shit? I don't think I want to buy that coin purse. We got the Steam sale anyway. We're only on Caves 2. There's no rush here. So I am leaving behind one blood bag. And I'm doing so because I don't think I want it. I want the extra Spirit Hearts to give us more insulation for deals with the devil in the future. Guppy? Well, takes us to the HP cap at least. Curse of the Maze, man. Curse of the Maze. This run is great, just except for the fact that it's really, really poor damage. The Tears upgrade is nice, but it's so much harder to actually hit the enemies now as a result of our range being even lower than it used to be. But the rate of fire is better, and I'll take that, man. You know, I take #1 all the time. 12 times a day sometimes. Give me any day of the week like, super high rate of fire but low range, and I'll take it. Especially with penetrative tiers. Rubber cement does kind of suffer as a result of this, but... There's one more. Should be any. There it is. Yeah, so, I mean, we have the potential, like, waiting inside of us. What we need is an item like Sad Onion combined with, like, 10 range upgrades. Because our rate of fire is still pretty terrible. We took Eve's Mascara, which halves our rate of fire, and we took, accidentally, a Tears downgrade pill. And the only Tears upgrade we've gotten is Blue Cap, which I don't think is particularly strong, but I might be mistaken. AWA's rune, someone did like a mathematical, I wouldn't necessarily say analysis, but they did a test of it on the subreddit. And the shovel and AWA's, oh my Lanta, seem to have about a 10% chance of paying out with a ladder. At least we got up to 15 cents there. I can't be too mad about that. I mean, I shouldn't be too mad about it regardless. I mean, we're basically just getting too many free HP upgrades. If this was vanilla, where there was no HP cap, we'd be balling out of control. No reason not to pick them up. But we're making different decisions here. Trying to make sure that we still have enough of a cushion to give us a deal with the devil. 2 of clubs. I'll just pop it right away. I don't think there's much holding us back on that one. Hoping for some special rooms before our, you know, reroll becomes overkill here. Thank you, Duty Loonlugs. Throw a bomb down in the middle. Like, if there's one thing we don't have short supply of on this run, it's HP. But if there's 2 things we don't have short supply of, it is definitely bombs. So especially if those bombs end up being, like, useful for consumables' sakes, I'll take them. 2 of hearts is not. And we've got our proper layout here. Now, this is an example of when you would probably rather have regular penetrative or piercing shots as opposed to this weird-ass rubber cement build that we got going on here. Because instead of the shots, like, slicing through him, they're kind of rattling around in there, you know, getting lodged in his duodenum. It's not really doing the kind of damage that I would expect, but that's okay. You know, I'm going to learn to live with it. Alright. Only after 1 bomb. That's okay. Shop and or item room has to be around. Come on, Cricket's Head. Cricket's Head. Oh, not Cricket's Head, but 2 bombs. I would accept the small rock as well. Like, this is not worth credit card either. Champion's Belt, I would rather just buy. And there's no other item on here. I mean, we could buy the Spirit Heart, we could buy the key. Do we really want to? I don't think so. But Champion's Belt, it's a pickup. You know, we need damage. One of the easiest ways to get damage is to pick up these items. They're called damage ups. And those, believe it or not, they don't make your damage physically higher. They actually make you do more damage. I know, it's a bit of a confusing wording there. I know, guys, for real. People are saying all you need with Dr. Fetus is a couple of damage ups and you'll be fine. Alright. Well, here we are. Do we have rubber cement? I guess we wouldn't notice. Give me these 2 damage upgrades that, these mythical 2 damage upgrades that are the only thing you need in order to survive on a Dr. Fetus run. This is its chance. I don't love that I made the decision, but I thought, you know, if we're gonna have a super low rate of fire, maybe it's better that that super low rate of fire is actually like a bomb. It is a little tough to get the bullets traveling far enough away from me that I feel comfortable. But they're doing damage, maybe not as much as I'd like. But then if we get a couple of bomb synergies, you know, homing bombs is a very common choice. Ghost Baby for free, it's something technically. High Priestess. I mean, we could use that against this boss. Like, yeah, High Priestess credit card. Why not? I just realized, by the way, that I'm an idiot and, well, it doesn't matter that we don't have a reroll. Because we don't have a deal with the devil. But I would have been an idiot if we'd gotten a deal with the devil there, but I hadn't been able to do anything about it. Now, we can fly, so that's supposed to be a huge asset for us here. Let's try to make it happen. We do not want the tick. I don't really want, Counterfeit Penny anymore. You know, it's kind of overstayed its welcome, but we don't really need any of the other bullshit that comes along with this either, do we? Like, we don't want Purple Heart. What does that do for us? If you said fucking nothing, you win. Man, I'm glad I didn't step on Daddy Longlegs' toes there. Kind of pun intended. pretty much just destroyed the whole section by itself. Yeah, anytime you want to do that, that's fine by me. Our rate of fire is actually goddamn ridiculous. It's so low. It's so low, Harrison Ford broke his leg trying to play it in the new film in the hit franchise. Wow, 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 wow. We only have one more room remaining, so I'm just going to go kill the enemies on said room. And then we'll let Daddy Longlegs take care of the enemies that refuse to get close or get too close. Because really, we have an effective range of about like 6 to 10 blocks, feet. I don't know what you want to call them. We have an effective range of a small distance away from us for a very narrow range. So basically, if an enemy gets too close, we can't touch them because it'll hurt us. And if an enemy gets too far away, we can't touch them because we can't touch them. So I'm thinking, I didn't notice there was a tinted rock there. I would love to get small rock here. Yeah, that's on me for not noticing that earlier. I was probably complaining literally about damage upgrades as we walked by that, if I remember correctly. That's just par for the course. What I will try here is we'll reroll the pony. And that's the bad one, I think. It's range plus... It doesn't give us extra damage, but actually now that I think about it, the extra range is worthwhile. Plus an extra shot speed. That actually really increased our effective range. I don't feel bad about taking that. If we had like normal tiers, or the tiers that we had with penetrative rubber cement, we might have said no. We might have been a little bit more ambitious in our rerolls to try to get some more traditionally useful things, but honestly, I think that with the kind of limitations we already had on that run, that's not so bad. That was not a good use of my HP, by the way, and, you know, it was a use of it. 2 free bombs. Okay. Like, I'm looking at the damage and I'm starting to feel okay about it. It doesn't kill the hearts in one hit, but, you know, they're in the upper 10% as far as dickbag enemies go, so I'm not gonna hate on the game too much for that. Maybe this is the run where we finally gain an unironic appreciation for Dr. Fetus in Rebirth. In vanilla, it's exquisite. It's a real shame because the idea of there being synergies with Dr. Fetus in Rebirth was something I thought I was really excited for, but then, you know, when it came out and we saw that Dr. Fetus actually does no fucking damage, I got a little less excited, but I actually do... I don't normally call for buffs in the game. I guess maybe I do, but I try not to, because, you know, I try to realize the game, you know, some items probably need a buff, some items probably need a nerf. It's okay. A lot of people don't share that philosophy. A lot of people, you know, take the philosophy of why balance a single-player game? Well, you know, to keep it engaging for the single player, you know, that's my opinion. You may disagree. I don't think there's any point in buying Pandora's Box here. I don't think there's any point in buying BOGO bombs, so let's re-roll it all. I'm not going to pay 7 cents for a tarot card when I can just get one for 3 right here, so we'll just do that. Oh, okay. We're going to pick this up, re-roll everything again. I'll take the piggy bank. It's going to give me some money back, and then we'll just start throwing some cash at this right here. I feel bad for the way I've mistreated my donation machine, so we're going to try to buff this back up. I don't need the spirit heart. That's fine. And then you pay out with something. Yeah, okay. Good. I feel a little bit better about this run now. Like, we did something good for the community, you know? That's important. Yeah, you know, everyone has their own opinions on game design stuff, but, you know, I think it's important that the game be balanced. Maybe not like player v player. I don't even really want this, but I'll take it. 3 free HP. Gross. But, I would love to see... Well, we'll see what happens here. I would love to see, Dr. Fetus be buffed back to its original state. Not because it's, you know, too shitty now, but because it would be more fun if it was at its, you know, original value. Honestly, I think I want to go Child's Heart, but not take this. We could donate some more of this money back to our donation machine, which actually I'm going to take the opportunity to do. We've been to our item room, and I guess we'll take that. And I'll watch it blow up in like 2 seconds here. Well, at this point, you know, why don't we also buy this and see what our card is? It's the stars. Doesn't really do anything for us. I'd probably rather have the strength card, but hey, now we know. It's just more fun. Like, the idea of, like, a Dr. Fetus with sand bombs and Cricket's body that actually does damage when it explodes, and then explodes into other bombs that explode. Sounds good, man. I'm really happy with what's happened with our donation machine here. I had been milking that donation machine probably a little harder than it deserved, you know? And now we had the opportunity to kind of get it paid back, and there we go. Even got our HP back for our Good Samaritan ship. We could have, and I'm an idiot for not realizing this earlier, but we could have gone to our boss trap room. And I did not. My mistake. Maybe we still can, but I doubt it. Again, that's just, you know, Curse of the Maze bullshit over and over. Luckily, we got out of that without getting hit. We're going to see what kind of cool stuff we can get here. Obviously, we're already at the HP cap. But if I can get, like, a better tarot card, I wouldn't mind. Oh, my God. How many times can you make me go through the same room? Under exactly the same criteria? That was, well, you know what? There you go. That's on me. You frustrated me into taking damage. Also, I'm just in the habit of, you know, shooting all the time. My girl wants to shoot it all the time. This is a deep Eddie Murphy reference. Although, again, I just did that to pick up some extra cash just in case we need it. It's probably not that deep of an Eddie Murphy reference, now that I remember that Party All the Time was still included on the Grand Theft Auto 5 soundtrack. I think that song gets unfairly maligned, man. You know, there's a lot of pop of that caliber in the 80s. But, you know, Eddie Murphy was at the top of the world. His song wasn't necessarily the greatest song ever written, but I think it was decent. And people kind of threw him under the bus because it was a fall from grace in the slightest degree. But I wanted someone, like when Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out on PC, which I think happens in March, someone should make a mod for it that is the Party All the Time mod. Which basically just, what I'm getting at is, you can probably figure it out for yourself, but it basically just plays Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy all the time. All the time. Like every radio station, every song is always Party All the Time. It might be a nice touch, though a little more difficult, if you can make it so that it changes like what part of the song it's at when you change the radio station, so you feel even more like you're in a bizarro world. But that's what life was like back in '85, man. Probably. I don't know. I was just a twinkle in my parents' eyes. Maybe. I don't know, you know, I'm assuming that I was a planned baby, but I've never asked about it, and you know what, I kind of feel like it's not even my place to ask about it, you know, as a result of my parents' actions, I'm on the earth today. I'm pretty happy with how things have turned out. Who am I to chide them for their actions, you know? I'm pretty pleased with my life. I guess we'll use this. Should have waited to see if we got blank card or something, but it doesn't really matter. So I think I'll just take the position of I don't really want to know. If I was an accident, does that make my my current life less valuable? I don't think so. I could handle it. Oh, I could handle it if I found out, but I don't know. It's weird how that stuff kind of sticks with you, you know? Or could stick with you. It's like a childhood insult. Like, you were an accident. You're adopted. If you said that, I bet there's still adults out there that will try to use that as an insult at some point. Yo, if you're like above the age of 15 and you ever try to use "you're adopted" as an insult, you're a piece of shit. Just so you know. Yeah, your parents chose to love you instead of just having it biologically thrust upon them. Wow, what a loser. Anyway. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's like, I haven't been in, you know, middle school for a long time. I got out of middle school in like the year 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. So, mostly I just don't remember because I don't remember where the definition of middle school is. So I don't know if there's like, if these insults actually still fly. Oh, this is great, I think. We're just gonna, probably should have used the credit card, now that I think about it. But I guess we've already gone this far. Might as well just keep it going. It might be like that scene from 21 Jump Street where, like, Channing Tatum goes back to high school and he starts calling people, like, you know, homophobic slurs. We should have a ton of damage here. And they're like, whoa, dude. You beat him up because he's gay? That's messed up. And they're like, you don't care about the environment? What are you, some kind of nerd? Like, maybe that's the way kids are these days. Are kids very socially conscious? I mean, they were getting there back when I was in high school. There was, like, a, you know, a green club and some safe spaces initiatives and stuff like that, but Maybe my insults are antiquated. Maybe everyone's going around going, ha ha, Ryan's cloud score is lower than Jeremy's. I don't even know where I'm going with this one. Anyway, we probably do not want to pick up stem cell. Not stem cells, stem cell. Big difference. We can also probably get rid of the credit card, which I really should have used on the last floor, because we won't have any more deals with the devil, unless we joker into one, in which case I'll feel pretty stupid for just using it there, but whatever. What's done is done. We are going to have a couple of rerolls, thankfully, to use on Steam sale here, and they should reroll into secret room items, so there's a lot of secret room items that... Don't talk to me ever again. There's a lot of secret room items that I'm not too... I wouldn't be pissed off about if we got them. I'm just going to put down like a real bomb there. Missing page 2 is probably one of the ones I would be a little bit peeved off about. So we're going to choose to say no to that one for now. And then, oh, look at this. What did I drop on the ground? Is it another reroll? I'm coming back for your bitch ass. Bam! Yes, I'll take it. Our damage is already pretty good. To be able to fire slightly more often, I think, is more valuable than the alternative. Even though it does lower our damage modifier somewhat. The fact that we picked up, you know, pentagram, ceremonial robes, and Death's Touch on our last devil room should mean that our bombs do a ton of damage. You know what would be amazing, by the way, is if we could pick up Mr. Mega or something like that and make them do even more damage, but I digress. We'll have to wait for that to happen. Now, as much as you might be thinking, wow, Northern Lion, you must, you know, be feeling the appreciation. Thank God that worked. Thank God that did not. You must be feeling the appreciation for Dr. Fetus now. I would be loving this run, Dr. Fetus or no Dr. Fetus. At this point, if I hadn't taken Dr. Fetus, we would still have Penetrative Tears, Rubber Cement, Ceremonial Robes, Death's Touch. We'd be shooting scythes that would reflect fucking off the walls, and we'd be shooting them a hell of a lot faster than we're shooting these bombs. So even though the run is working, I don't give Dr. Fetus any GD credit for this yet. Dr. Fetus has still yet to sell me. The reason it's good... The reason it's good right now has nothing to do with Dr. Fetus. And everything to do with, you know, the items we've gotten thus far are just good items in pretty much every situation. Almost didn't get out of that one. In fact, things like, you know, piercing bombs here, I think are actually causing us more trouble than they would on a different kind of run. You know, we gotta be very careful with the way, very deliberate with the way we're placing these. Alright, this is for you, Daddy Longlegs. I'm not sure if I can make this happen. Wow, it took more than one bomb. See, that's why I'm like, really? I know there's an Eternal Heart back there. There's no reason for us not to take the Eternal Heart. I'm amazed that there's still enemies that can survive more than one hit under these circumstances. First off, we're shooting a bomb. Then it's had like 4 damage upgrades applied to it. I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess there's no reason not to take this right now. So I'm like, should I be blowing these little polyps up to hope for blood clot? And then I start thinking, like, who the hell cares? Right? Like, if we already, you know, have Death's Touch and somehow cannot kill every enemy in one hit, I don't think blood clot's gonna change that. I'm not getting disheartened on this run, by the way. I think this run is probably gonna be a win. I'm just still... I'm a little disheartened because this isn't looking, at least right now, like it's gonna be the run that convinces me that there are practical uses of Dr. Fetus. Maybe, though, instead of thinking about what Dr. Fetus is not doing for me, I should remember that we started with a pretty above average run in terms of like a synergistic base, you know? Like we started with piercing shots and rubber cement. You don't often have that when you get the opportunity to pick up Dr. Fetus. Sometimes you have more, sometimes you have less. Probably more often you have less. Finally, I got that one. Oh my god. Curse Room. I don't think we have any guppy items. I can't remember. I'll still probably go to it. It's just one Spirit Heart. Devil Strength. That's the combination we want. This is technically the right way to the boss, but there's a couple different right ways to the boss. This is a long floor. I mean, I know it's an XL floor, but it's a long floor even for an XL floor. It's a little crazy town here. Come, my lady. Come, my lady. Can you give me directions to the end, baby? Come, my lady, we're running, a little lady. I'll make your legs shake if you tell me how to get to the lake. Doesn't really make sense. I'm still very happy with the DuckTales remake that I did with Butterbean a few episodes ago. I was thinking about that. I don't remember the exact lyrics, but I was like, you know what? That's quintessential Ryan right there. That's so Ryan. Oh snap! Isn't that so Raven's catchphrase? Raven Simone. Simone and Pumbaa. I didn't make a joke about her physique. It just kind of came out. I apologize. 2 of Hearts. Honestly, I prefer to have 2 of Hearts over the Strength card. Pop another World card. Yeah. What about a Devil card, though? I mean, I think I prefer the Devil card, then 2 of Hearts, then Strength. So we're going to replace Strength with the Devil here. And we can see our damage against Loki. Honestly, I'm not convinced that every one of these bombs is doing more damage than we would do if we were just firing tiers. I almost feel like every single individual tier that we had would be stronger than this. This isn't meant to be like a scathing takedown of Dr. Fetus. That's not what I went into this run thinking it would be, but I find myself thinking maybe we'd be better off just not taking it. Like, I don't even think that guy, yeah, he didn't even die in 1 hit plus Daddy Longlegs. That's ridiculous. Got pretty fucking close, as you can see, but still, a little bit of a disappointment. Alright, Triachnid. A little bit of a pain in the butt. Actually got very lucky that he never did any super annoying attacks there. Just wanted to get an extra penny out of it. Wow, definitely do not want that. Oh, definitely do want that. The great thing about Dr. Fetus, if I'm trying to come up with some positives, is that it's an item that you can set and forget, you know? You throw a bomb, if it lands in the appropriate place for a bomb, you move along. You can also pre-fire an enemy, and the shots that land will actually do a decent amount of damage, but apart from that, you know, I really hope this gets buffed a little bit, just to make it more interesting. But maybe a lot of people seem to like it, so maybe I'm just in the minority that doesn't fucking get it, and that's okay too, you know? There's a lot of items I don't get. A lot of people seem to still like the guillotine, in spite of the fact that it's... I mean, it is a damage upgrade, but every time I take it, I'm like, man, I'm taking a lot more damage as a result of having this item. I really wish I didn't take it. Some of that's me. Some of that's the fact... You know, if an item gave you 0.1 damage up, but it made it so, you know, you could only avoid damage if you recited the state capitals in order every time you got hit within like a quarter of a second, there would still be people going, well, it's a damage up, so I take it every time. So I'm not trying to argue with those people. You're right, on paper it does improve your stats. But I think it also makes it substantially more likely that you're going to get hit, and as a result, potentially killed in the long term as well. I love damage up as much as the next guy. Which is to say fucking a lot, because it's like the bread and butter skill that you need, even more so than HP, in order to survive in the game. That's the real thing about Isaac, is that, you know, the mark of a somewhat experienced player is that shift from thinking that HP is the be-all end-all to thinking that damage. I'm pulling shit out of my ass right now. Basically, I can do this all day. That's not actually the mark of a good player. There's probably good players, players who are better than me that, you know, have a little bit more respect for defensive items than I do. But it kind of made a pretty quote. Sure. Do you want to go there, or do we want to go, like, over here? There's nothing over here? Alright, I guess we'll go down then. Well, we won't need to use any bombs here. And the extra Spirit Heart pickup will be very helpful. We have more than enough keys. I would love to see a Yera rune show up. I don't think it's too likely, though. Ooh, this is a little scary. I thought I heard the music speed up for a second there. I thought maybe we were on, we had broken stopwatch, but I don't think we do. I don't really want to go to our curse room, like, at cost. I mean, I guess we've already checked down there for a secret room, so we can just come over here instead. And there's no secret room there, so I don't think we're going to be going to our curse room here. And honestly, I don't think that's that big of a deal. The odds of us becoming Guppy are pretty much nil. If not, like, literally nil. This has got to be close to our boss fight at this point. Come on. Just, yeah, thank you, Daddy Longlegs. Put me out of my misery. Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, we'll take that over the Devil card, actually. It might sound ridiculous, but that's an extra item payout. I'd rather have an extra item payout than extra damage, you know, for one room only. The extra item payout might be like horse shit, or it might give us extra damage for every single room that we do, not just, you know, a single one. Plus, we can reroll it, so it's actually like, it's not technically 2 items, but you know what I mean when I say that. It's our choice of 2 items. And choice is a valuable thing. You know? If you don't think choice is a valuable thing, start going to restaurants that only have one thing on their menu. If it's one really good thing, that's alright, but you know, there might be a restaurant that only serves pizza, but it ain't only serving pepperoni pizza, you know? All we make are pepperoni pizzas. That place is going out of business. I don't care how good the pepperoni pizza is. I love pepperoni pizza as much as the next guy. What if you're going at, you know, hey, honey, where do you want to go to dinner tonight? Well, I was thinking we go to Pepperoni Pizzas R Us. Oh, you know, I'm allergic to pepperoni. Okay, well, there goes all of their business from us forever. I don't really like to eat pork products. I think they're a little too fatty. All right, there goes all your business forever. Yo, you gotta segment your market, dog. You gotta be throwing on some spinach and feta. No, some spinach and feta flatbreads, you know? Some olive, baby tomato shit. You gotta hit all sides of your demographic if you're operating a business that only, you know, has a couple of products with a couple of SKUs. What's Dragon's Den? I've never seen Dragon's Den. Alright, down to the next floor. Dragon's Den is Canadian Shark Tank, which is actually British Shark Tank, but it's actually the first one, so, you know. Alright, we're gonna blow this up. Ah, good! Hello, Isaac's Heart, the other item that's stupid and I hate it, even though people tell me it's great. Magic Mushroom, that's lovely. Bottle of Pills gives us a tarot card. It's the Magician. Sacrificial Dagger is worth taking. I think we can take Shielded Tears because we have Penetrative Bombs, as weirdly as that sounds. Okay, Triple Shot should be cool. And I actually think Taurus is pretty awesome as well, if it works out for us. Okay, and then we just picked up Bob's Curse as a result of this. Stompy is relatively meaningless. I'll actually save that for a reroll. There's no rocks here anyway. Okay, you know what? Those pickups at least make me appreciate that this run is uniquely fetus-esque right now. No question about that. Now, our rate of fire is just a goddamn abomination, but that was like pretty much the perfect timing for this to happen. I'm still not sure if this is better than it could have been, but it's certainly, like, we're doing a lot of damage now and it's interesting. I'll give you that. Don't really want the Steam sale either. Lots of stuff that I'm very much open to re-rolling here. This is still, like, barely a so moment. Because even the thing that made this, like, better to have Dr. Fetus was just Bob's Curse. We got Bob's Curse, you know? La-di-fucking-da. We'd still probably be doing way more damage with our earlier kind of synergies. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to fully swear off of, which one of these would I... It doesn't matter which one I reroll, right? We might as well reroll the closest one. Ish. I don't really want the bean either, but, maybe I've just got to accept that your Dr. Fetus runs... No longer will they be more powerful than the runs that, you know... Maybe don't take Dr. Fetus and get the same items, but they'll be interesting. A little bit more interesting, perhaps. Or maybe not. But anyway, this run's going to be a win, so I'm not going to shit on my own cornflakes. That just seems like needlessly masochistic here. Broken Remote doesn't seem like a very decent choice for us. This Two of Hearts card might come surprisingly in handy. And I say that resisting the temptation to throw an unfortunately on the other end. Oh, Curse of the Maze. Why don't you just go get fucked? Dome Smasher. We have a secret room over here? Nope. It's okay. Oh, I would love to get another bomb item here. Instead, we just got more bombs, but that's okay. Another bomb item would really set this shit off right now. I'd really start to feel... I'm bartering with the game now. I'd really start to feel great about Dr. Fetus if I could just get like a Mr. Mega, you know, Brother Bobby pickup right now. Or, sorry, not Brother Bobby. Please don't give me Brother Bobby. Bobby Bob-omb. Very similar. Slightly different. I think the Haunt actually took a little poison damage there, as stupid as that sounds. Alright, well this is not when I'd rather have this, but probably don't matter. Wow, I avoided taking damage there, basically just through sheer luck. We'll come back, and I have to tell you, it pains me greatly to have to come back. That's not our secret room? I find that surprising. It pains me greatly to come back because it's a pain in the ass. Thanks to Curse of the Maze. I almost used my reroll on that room, which would have been dumb. Bean gets rerolled into an HP upgrade. That's what I went back for, is an HP upgrade I'm probably never going to need. Oh, Fig Newtons. Alright, oh good, I took damage. Who cares? Had a feeling that wasn't the secret room based on the fact that I've already looked there about 4 times, but apparently that wasn't convincing enough for me. I'll admit the damage is nice, you know, to be able to one-shot, even though the shot takes 100 years, to be able to one-shot a Mega Maw is pretty solid. We have to get fucked immediately, Mega Maw. Well, I guess, you know, honestly, we probably want to take 2 of Hearts and the Lover's card. No secret room. Okie dokie. These enemies, if Mega Maw goes down in 1 hit, these guys should be quaking in their spurs right now. Took me a second. I was like, what do horse riders wear? Spurs? Yeah. I don't know why I was trying to... I might as well just, like, wait until Taurus comes up if I'm going to do bullshit like that. Alright, we're going to go fight the boss. It's a guaranteed win. A loss here would just be staggering. Keybagger? No, just some money. That's a little bit of a piss-off. What a long run. Well, relatively long run, too. Want to check for a second secret room here. Alrighty. Okay. I hit the spacebar instinctively to get through the vignette. That's actually doing a decent amount of damage. I guess, in the end, I do appreciate the impact, the explosive impact of Dr. Fetus on this run, but I can't help but leave a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. Just wishing that maybe it did a little bit more damage. But hey, that's a win. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.